Hello, everyone. Welcome to the market opening bell for Friday, September 19th, 2025, your 10-minute guide to the stock market. The US Federal Reserve, as anticipated, announced its first interest rate cut since December last year, reducing the benchmark rate by a quarter of a percentage point. However, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell's hawkish remarks following the meeting, combined with the dot plot indicating that most members favor a gradual easing rather than aggressive front-loaded rate cuts, led to a volatile downward trend in Hong Kong stocks on Thursday, with the 27,000 level briefly gained but subsequently lost. The Hang Seng Index opened 44 points lower, rose 149 points to a four-year high of 27,058, but fell 586 points in the afternoon to a low of 26,322, ultimately closing the day down 363 points or 1.4% at 26,544. The X-share index dropped 140 points or 1.5% to 9,456, while the Hang Seng Tech Index fell 63 points or 1% to 6,271. The total market turnover reached 413.3 billion Hong Kong dollars, the highest since April 8th, when turnover was 433.157 billion Hong Kong dollars. Southbound trading through Stock Connect recorded total turnover of 210.55 billion dollars, with a net inflow of 6.288 billion, compared to 9.441 billion the previous day. Key transactions included net buys of Meituan for 1.412 billion, Alibaba for 1.21 billion, Popmart for 1.207 billion, Xiaomi for 660 million, HKBN for 427 million, and UBTech for 171 million, while net sales included Huawei Semiconductor for 1.165 billion, Tencent for 418 million, and SMIC for 277 million. Statistics show that southbound funds have net bought Alibaba for 20 consecutive days, totaling $56.1 billion, and Meituan for 4 consecutive days, totaling $4.9 billion. From a technical perspective, the Hang Seng Index failure to hold above 27,000, coupled with a single-day reversal pattern and a surge in turnover, suggests that a short-term peak may have emerged. The index is testing support at 26,500, and if breached, the next support level is at 26,200. The three major A-share indexes opened high but closed lower, falling between 1.1% and 1.6%. The Shanghai Composite Index hit a decade high of 3,899, but reversed due to weak momentum, closing at 3,831, down 44 points or 1.2%. The Shenzhen Component Index closed at 13,075, down 139 points or 1.1%, and the Chinex Index closed at 3,095, down 51 points or 1.6%. The combined turnover of the Shanghai and Shenzhen markets reached 3.13 trillion yuan. The renminbi central parity rate against the US dollar fell 72 points to 7.1085 per US dollar. At the Huawei Connect 2025 conference, Huawei's rotating chairman Eric Xu announced plans for multiple Ascend chips over the next 3 years, including the 950PR, 950DT, Ascend 960, and 970. The 950PR, set to launch in first quarter 2027, uses Huawei's proprietary high bandwidth memory (HBM), compared to Nvidia's NVL144 due in late 2026. The 950 Super Note is 56.8 times larger in scale, with 6.7 times the computing power, 15 times the memory capacity at 1.52 TB, and 62 times the interconnect bandwidth at 16.3 PBS. In first quarter 2025, Huawei launched the Zen 910C chip, a GPU integrating two 910B processors with performance at about 60% of Nvidia's H100. While it cannot fully replace the H100, it reduced reliance on Nvidia. Chip stocks remained in demand, with SMIC rising 2.7%, Huahong up 8.6%, and ASMPT up 7.3%. The China Automobile Industry Association reported that the third quarter 2025 economic operation meeting for key automotive enterprises organized by the association was held in Hangzhou, Zhejiang from September 15 to 16. Representatives from 18 key vehicle and parts companies, including Geely Auto, BYD, SAIC Motor, FAW, Chang'an Auto, Chery Auto, Dongfeng Group, and BAIC Group attended. The meeting focused on the current industry status, key issues, policy recommendations, and projections for 2025 and 2026 industry trends. Among auto stocks, BYD closed flat at 112.8 Hong Kong dollars, while Xpeng and Geely fell over 4%. The new stock, GenFleet Therapeutics, stock code 2595, set to list today, closed at 41.22 Hong Kong dollars in yesterday's key grey market trading on Phillip, up 102.2% or $20.83 from its IPO price. Excluding fees, a 200-share lot would yield a paper profit of $4,166. US stocks opened higher and continue to climb, with all three major indexes hitting record highs. The Nasdaq rose 209 points or 0.9% to 22,470. The S&P 500 gained 31 points or 0.5%, closing at 6,631. The Dow increased 124 points or 0.3% to 46,142. The Nasdaq China Golden Dragon Index, reflecting Chinese stocks, fell 158 points or 1.6% to 8,686. Nvidia announced a $5 billion investment in Intel to co-develop data center and PC chips. The news drove Intel's stock up by as much as 30%, its largest single-day gain in nearly 40 years, boosting the value of US government holdings by nearly $5 billion. Intel closed at 22.8% higher, while Nvidia rose 3.5%. Nvidia disclosed the investment price at $23.28 per share, pending regulatory approval. Nvidia believes the collaboration will merge its AI and accelerated computing with Intel's CPUs and fast x86 ecosystem, integrating the two platforms. Nvidia CEO Jensen Huang emphasized that the deal will not impact its partnership with ARM. Other major tech stocks were weaker. Tesla fell 2.1%, with CEO Elon Musk revealing on social media that next week's internal meetings will focus on AI, autonomous driving, Optimus, robot production, and vehicle production and delivery. Apple dropped 0.5%. Reports indicate Apple is discussing trial production of a foldable iPhone in Taiwan with suppliers, aiming for mass production in India, with the potential launch next year. The foldable phone is part of a strategy to drive 10% iPhone shipment growth next year. Meta rose 0.6%. The company launched its first consumer smart glasses with a built-in screen, expanding its Ray-Ban product line. The glasses featured a small digital display on the right lens, gesture control via a neural wristband, video recording, and messaging through voice or gestures. Priced at $17.99, they will be available in stores starting September 30th. However, some tech demos, the phone core connectivity faced issues. FedEx reported a 2.2% year-over-year increase in first quarter adjusted profit to $910 million or $3.83 per share, beating expectations of $3.59. Revenue rose about 3% to $22.2 billion. The company projects full year adjusted EPS between $17.2 and $19, slightly below analyst consensus of one of $18.21. FedEx forecasts 6% revenue growth this year compared to analysts' 1.2% estimate. Its stock rose 0.3%. The U.S. Conference Board's leading economic index (LEI) fell 0.5% in August to 98.4, following a revised 0.1% rise in July. August marked the largest monthly decline since April 2025, signaling economic challenges ahead. Higher tariffs have weakened growth in the first half of the year and are expected to drop on GDP growth in the second half and into early 2026. Real GDP growth is projected at 1.6% this year, down from 2.8% in 2024. U.S. initial jobless claims for the second week of September dropped 33,000 to 231,000, below the expected 240,000, and down significantly from a high of 26,400 in October 2021. Our stock pick today is Dobot, stock code 2432. Dobot is primarily engaged in the development, manufacturing, and commercialization of cobots, collaborative robots, positioning itself as a leading player in the embodied AI robot industry. Leveraging its full-stack proprietary technology and a diverse product portfolio, its products are widely applied in industrial manufacturing, commercial retail, medical surgery, healthcare therapy, and scientific research and education, covering over 100 countries and regions globally. As the earliest and most extensively globalized Chinese brand in the collaborative robot sector, the group has achieved a cumulative global shipment of over 90,000 units. In 2025, Dobot fully entered a new track of embodied intelligence, becoming the world's first company to launch a comprehensive embodied robot platform featuring robotic arms plus humanoid plus multi-legged forms. In the first half of 2025, Dobot made significant advancements in four core areas: motion control, safety protection, development environment, and human-robot interaction, comprehensively enhancing the performance boundaries and usability of collaborative robots. Breakthrough progress was achieved in motion planning technology, significantly improving robot motion cycles. This enables real-time optimization of speed and acceleration based on arm reach and load, placing Dobot's technology at the industry forefront. Additionally, the company innovated a millisecond level self-interference detection algorithm, accurately identifying collision risks for the robot body and custom tools, further enhancing safety protection levels. Dobot also introduced an intelligent pre-compilation function, providing real-time programming guidance and syntax prompts in the editing interface, while significantly improving system smoothness and user experience through optimized 3D rendering. In March 2025, Dobot officially launched and opened pre-orders for the world's first embodied intelligent humanoid robot, Dobot Atom, featuring dexterous manipulation plus straight knee bipedal locomotion. Dobot Atom is equipped with the proprietary Neural Drive System (NDS) for dexterous manipulation and anthropomorphic walking system (AWS), offering precise upper limb operation capabilities, and highly reliable lower limb environmental adaptability, achieving advanced upper-lower limb coordinated motion control. The NDS system endows the robot with robust anthropomorphic operation capabilities, boasting industrial-grade 0.05 millimeter repeat positioning accuracy. It can perform highly stable tasks such as electronic component soldering, precision instrument calibration, and even picking cherries, while supporting cross-scenario deployment and multi-unit collaboration. In June 2025, Dobot Atom completed rigorous mass production validation, initiating global mass production deliveries, with the first batch delivered to Japanese customers. In July 2025, Dobot also launched its core product, Explorer six-legged bionic robot, integrating three core capabilities: cognition, motion, and mobility. This further completes the hardware ecosystem for intelligent robots, suggested by price $59. Target prices: first target $63, second target $66, stop loss $56. I do not hold the aforementioned stock.